Okay, this video continues the example that we began in the previous video that's also from our textbook. And here we want to evaluate the vector line integral with the vector field y minus x. And this is part C of the example where we're taking a path down from P along a straight line to the origin and then from the origin to Q. So this is the curve that we're going to need to parameterize. We'll do it in two parts for each different line segment. And in the previous example, we parameterized the curve in the quarter circle in the clockwise direction and in the counterclockwise direction and had a finding there. So this will also lead us to an interesting finding that we will follow up on after Thanksgiving. So let's parameterize our first line segment. These are not difficult because they're direction vectors. We already know what they are. So our first line segment is the one that's going to go from P to the origin. And so if you recall with lines in R2, we can parameterize them using x equals x0 plus at, y equals y sub 0 plus bt, where a, b is our direction vector of the line. Here, well, it's really easy to get our direction vector. You can subtract components of the point, or you can see that this is just negative j, right? Our direction vector is negative j, or the vector 0, negative 1. That's our direction vector. That's the direction in which the line is pointing. So if we write the parameterization, and remember that we'll also need parameter interval for t, we can say, all right, if we're going to start at p, that's the first point we're going to use for x0, y0. So we'll start with x equals 0 plus 0t, so x is just 0, and y equals 1, that's the y coordinate of p, minus 1t. This negative 1 is the y component of our direction vector. Now, t here is going to go from, well, if we start at 0, we get point P. And if we go to 1, we're going to get point Q. Let's just check. Point O, sorry, the origin. Yeah, if we put in 1, we get 0, 0. So this is going to be the first part of the first integral that we do when we go down from P to the origin. All right, so our vector function here is 0, 1 minus t, where t goes from 0 to 1. And our vector field, we need to write our vector field in terms of t. And so recall that our vector field is given by y minus x comma x. So I'm going to use the components of r to rewrite our vector field as y minus x is just going to be 1 minus t minus 0, and x is 0. All right, now we also need r prime of t, but r prime of t should just be our direction vector of our line segment, which it is. It's going to be 0, negative 1, and now we're ready to do the dot product. So the dot product between our vector field f, oops, didn't mean to do an equal there, vector field f dotted with r prime of t is 1 minus t 0 dotted with 0, negative 1, which is just 0. So this part is just 0. Kind of makes sense. So the integral is going to be 0. Let's just notice, take a look at the vector fields that are along this curve. The vectors from the vector field along this curve are perpendicular to the curve, which means that they're making a 90-degree angle. So there's no contribution here of the vector field along the curve. We just say that there's no alignment of our vector field with the curve, or if this were work, we're doing no work, right? The vector field is not doing, we're doing 0 work along the vector field. So that is 0 for the first part. So let's take our second line segment, the horizontal piece. So now we want to go from the origin to point Q, which is 1, 0. So let's call this part B, and let's call, well, let's call our first one A, or I guess I should be a little more careful in my numbers here. This is just going to be I, and this is going to be 2. 1 and 2. Okay, now we can see here that our direction vector of the line is just I. It's just 1, 0. And so we can write our x value. We're going to start at the origin, so it'll be 0 plus t, and y is just 0. So our vector function that parametrizes the line segment is going to be t, 0. And let's check our parameter interval. Well, we'll start t at 0, that gets us the origin, and when we go up to 1, that gets us point Q. So we have our parametrization of r of t. Our derivative will be our direction vector. That's always true for lines. So this is just the vector 1, 0, or I hat. And now we need our dot product between our vector field and our velocity function. So this gives us, our vector field was, I have to write it in terms of t, but it was y minus x. So if I look here, y minus x will give me a negative t for the x component, and x was the second component of my vector field. You can see that right here. And x here is just t. And we're doing the dot product with 1, 0. And so this is going to give us a negative t plus 0, which is just negative t. Now we're going to integrate and find our vector line integral. And we get the integral from 0 to 1 of negative t dt, which is negative t squared over 2 from 0 to 1, which gives us a negative 1/2. Now, the reason I wanted to do this problem, and that was plus 0 from the first line segment, is because earlier in the previous example, when we integrated the vector field in this direction along C1, we got negative 1/2. But notice that we get the same thing when we go this way and this way along this vector field. So this vector field, we call this vector field path independent. And in the next section, we'll talk about what kinds of vector fields are path independent. In other words, if we start at one point and end at the other, it's not going to matter the path that we take. We're going to do the same amount of work. And there are only special kinds of vector fields that are path independent. This happens to be one of them. Okay, see you next time.